Hello, hello. Amy Kay here, also known as DJ Kima. I am a sonic curator and wellness consultant coming to you live and direct from my living room and sharing tips and tools today for the 21-day reset with Facegym for curating your own personal self-care playlist. I DJ for experiences from nightlife and parties to embodiment practices and meditations. So we get to explore a variety of rituals that we can thoughtfully curate the sound to. I'm going to share with you my 5 guidelines for curating sound so that you can make the perfect playlist to get the vibe just right for taking care of yourself. We each have our own vibe and our own unique sonic signature. So getting to know what your tone, what your textures, and your tempos are is part of this practice, exploring what is your unique sound that is most nourishing to you. This is a dynamic experience because we're changing all of the time. Our self-care practice isn't the same each day, and to adapt a playlist that complements whatever experience we are going to give to ourselves can be really immersive, holistic, and helpful for getting body, mind, and spirit aligned. Cool, so we're gonna go into the 5 S's of sonic curation. These S's are kind of my secret sauce for curating sound and more thoughtfully preparing the music for any sort of event that I'm DJing for or curating the music for, and for my own personal practice when I'm setting a bath or doing a meditation. So the first S that I take into consideration is the setting. Where am I at? What is the ambiance of the space that I want? Where am I in the day? What's the time of day? Is it a morning pick-me-up? Is it a midday reset? Or is it a evening wind down? Once we know the setting, then we can start to figure out the sequencing. What are the actions? What are the rituals that we're going to be doing for our self-care practice so that we can adapt and pair the music to go along with that practice? Then we have the senses. What senses are going to be stimulated? What colors, what sounds, what scents all come together to nourish and create a cohesive and coherent experience. Is it a calming space that we want for our nervous system? Is it something that's going to be activating and lively, and letting that inform where we go with the music that we select? The 4th is the sound system. What speaker are you using? Do you have a sound system to use? Are you going to be moving between spaces within the setting if you're moving from room to room? If you're going from your living room to your bathroom to your bedroom, what is the sound system so you can seamlessly navigate and have the sound follow you instead of having to go and touch the playlist to change the song or to bring the speaker with you. So taking into consideration your sound system is important. And then soul. Our souls all have different resonance at different times. So knowing where you're at and what your intention is for your self-care practice is going to help guide you into the lyrics, into the beat, into the rhythms that really speak to you and resonate with you. This one is just all about following your intuition and what you vibe with, what you feel makes you feel the way you want to, with an alignment with the intention that you set for your self-care practice. All right, now let's dive into some sounds together. So we're gonna go through a curated playlist for my own personal practice as a midday reset. I usually start off in my living room with a nice dance session just to get into the body, to get out of the mind, a sensual exploration of the body, which then moves into some vigorous movement and shaking to shake off any stagnation. From there, we're gonna curate a playlist for a bath. So we'll work up a sweat with the dance, and then let's go take a bath. From the bath, we're gonna move to a breathwork practice, and then breathwork practice to meditation. And that'll kind of take us through 4 different terrains or sonic landscapes that can be easily adapted to a variety of self-care rituals and practices. And you'll get kind of an inside look at what my philosophy or my way of thinking is when I'm looking for the sounds. So I put together a playlist, knowing the platform you want your playlist to be saved on, if you have a streaming service or a music library that you specifically use, finding the music there and setting the intention. We're working with the intention of a reset. So midday, something a little bit lively that moves us into a calming space so that our body and mind can realign after being logged into emails or the to-do list, kind of giving ourselves a nice break in the middle of the day to reset the vibe, I find is really important for me. So we have something slow and sensual to get into the body first. Moving into the body. We would move into something after this, after we get really embodied and slow and into every nook and cranny. We'll start to pick up the tempo. We'll start to pick up the vibes. Lyrics are really important to me in my self-care ritual and in this space. So I take into consideration the lyrics because I want to, if I'm resetting my mind, I want to plant seeds of positivity or inspiration. Then we have where we'll just let loose, let go, let groove into the body. From here, then I would do like a transition. We'll do a dance session and then we'll move into a transition. Okay, now it's time to go run the bath. Incorporating some essential oils. Maybe I'll use a little bit of lemongrass if I need a little perk in my senses. Maybe I'll add a little bit of cedar or some lavender. But something that's just kind of still a vibe. Kind of funky, kind of sexy. Let me continue to move into this sensual space with myself, from the heart and my soul, letting that guide the way for the rituals, giving yourself a vibe for the bath. After the bath, we'll come out into something a little more ambient, give us a nice transition, right? So taking into consideration all of the nuances of the actions you'll be taking, what will complement this and be the soundtrack to your self-care exploration so that you can really just dive into yourself. So with this wind down, we'll then start to move into an activating breathing exercise. So I like to do the breath of fire, which is a good reset for midday. So finding a rhythm you can go with to do your reset, whatever your personal practice is for your breathwork experience, whether you like some incense, you can set a comfortable space with some meditation cushions, and then connect to the rhythm, connect to the tempo, find a track that you think you could breathe to. I think this is the good one, yeah. So you just would have an in, out cadence, in, out. And then from my breathing exercise, I would move into something ambient for the meditation, something that's nice and calming, something that just allows everything that I just activated and vibrated with the music and with the movement to just start to settle and flow through me. And with these sounds, we create our container for self-care. This is I created about an hour playlist for this particular practice, but obviously everyone can create their own short or long variation of their personal practice. But to allow the music to be the container, an intentional container for you to explore your self-care practice and really take the time to take care of yourself, to reset and regenerate is so important. I hope this serves you well. If you vibed with anything that you heard today, even though it was little snippets here and there, you can follow me on Instagram. I have links for various curated playlists that I make throughout the month that you can check out. And again, thank you for taking this time with the 21-day reset with Facegym. I hope this helps you to find your vibe and take the time to reset.